Why do we know the name Jasmine Crockett? Why do we? All right. I feel like I just heard her name like for the first time probably like 1 month ago. And ever since then, it's just been consistent. Bro, basically a barrage of idiotic statements. Basically, consistently. All right. And it doesn't end. Okay. She has a lot to say. She's definitely trying to out AOC. How can that even be a thing? But she's doing it. That's the thing that's happening, guys. But either way, Crockett delivers jaw-dropping insult targeting Governor Greg Abbott. This is the governor of Texas, guys. Let's see what she said this time, guys, right? This is a suggestion via Discord. Let's jump into it.
Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett appears to be desperately trying to capture her party spotlight, even if it means turning up the rhetoric against Republicans.
Okay.
It's a far cry from her comments before the election when she swore that Democrats would never, ever do this.
What happened?
Democrats have never endorsed political violence, but he will go to a rally and he will endorse it. This is the equivalent of playing with a loaded gun and then it backfiring on you.
Not really.
Just a few months.
Not really, because I mean, basically, pretty much consistently, everywhere. Look at what's going on with Tesla. I mean, I think that in itself should basically explain. Like, once you spew all types of hatred publicly, and you know your base only cares about emotion, no logic. Emotion, feelings. That's the most important thing in your life, right? So you know your base. So when you start saying all these things and all these people, right, get super emotional and in their feelings, what are they going to do? Absolute craziness, guys. There's a difference between when you speak with logic and you understand, you can kind of read between lines, etc., versus specifically speaking to the most emotional, feelings first group of people that have ever existed in any time in history. Okay, they're going to do something crazy, bro.
Playing with a loaded gun and then it backfiring on you.
Just a few months later, here she is appearing to egg on some of the agitators against Elon Musk.
I am truly here for very selfish reasons. Starting with on March 29th, it's my birthday. And all I want to see happen on my birthday is for Elon to be taken down. Yes, we are fighting for our country. We're fighting for democracy. We're fighting for our freedoms. And when I say fighting, I'm saying that figuratively. Obviously, everything that I am promoting is nonviolent.
And now she claims Democrats need to punch their opponents.
Let me hear it. Let me hear her say it.
How do you win elections in Texas as a Democrat? What do you do?
I think that you punch. I think you punch. I think you're okay with you okay with punching. You know, I think, and I love Colin, and I think towards the end he started to punch a little harder. But like, it's Ted Cruz. I mean, like, this dude has to be knocked over the head, like, hard, right?
I mean, Steve, like, to just choose the verb punch.
Okay, yeah. So again, this is going to be the same thing from the last video, guys. Okay, so she says crazy things specifically. Like, if those were the statements that we're referring to here, then again, she could have worded it better, obviously, right? But I think she's speaking to like her culture specifically. If that makes any sense. Like, if that's the case, then I understand exactly what she said here. But it doesn't seem like that's going to go very well, right? Again, we live in a country, everyone speaks the same language, basically, right? But we sometimes need cultural translators. Okay, we sometimes do. And this is another one of these instances, kind of where. Let me go ahead and hear it again.
Cruz. I mean, like, this dude has to be knocked over the head. Like,
yeah, that's just an idiom that's just used, guys. It's not. Obviously, she's not saying this in a very like purposeful. This is what he needs to happen type of manner, guys, right? But still, you're saying it though. You need to word things better. Specifically, if you are like a government official, she shouldn't be speaking like this, guys. Number one.
Like, it's Ted Cruz. I mean, like, this dude has to be knocked over the head, like, hard, right?
I mean, Steve, like, to just choose the verb punch, and then knock over the head. It's interesting language choice.
Of course, and you know, but you can see that this for her is working, right? This kind of amping it up, and some of the comments we're seeing.
Right, speaking to her base.
And it gets more and more over the top, lower and lower, frankly. But this is what they seem to want in the Democratic Party now. They want this kind of rhetoric. They want this kind of attitude. I don't think it's helping them at all, but it's helping lift the profile of people like Jasmine Crockett.
It's a great point, because some Democrats say they want to fight. It may be a figurative fight, but she's given them maybe a literal one. I don't know. You know, Kennedy, there was this moment of Jasmine Crockett. I think this is probably the most shameful bite we're going to play. Listen to how she talks about Governor Greg Abbott of Texas, who I would remind everyone is in a wheelchair.
What is?
Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now.
No. Why are you an elected official, guys? Like, this definitely feels like something like, I don't know, your cousin at a barbecue would say, because for the most part, like there's something called like joning or things like that. I think it's called something like that. I don't know, but something like that, where basically it is not uncommon for people of African descent in the United States of America to initially, when they meet someone, they don't know your name, nor do they really care your name. But they're going to look at some random attribute, right? And then call you that. Like, so for example, if you are, someone who is rather portly, don't be surprised if they call you slim. You're not slim, you fat, bro. Right? I'm telling you. Let's say you accidentally ate something that gave you gas and you released it out the back door type of thing, right? And then they call you Pootie for the rest of your life, right? That's just a thing that exists within like the community, guys. And she decided to bring this absolute wildness to the public arena, and this is not working, bro. I can't imagine. Like, I mean, you have to, like, you can't say things like this, Jasmine Crockett. Okay, you can't. This is wild. All right, this is wild. You shouldn't have your position. I'm just gonna be honest. She shouldn't. Not speaking like this, guys.
Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now. And the only thing hot about him,
guys, you saw those memes where you see something wild and then like someone like laughs and then like Jesus pops out staring at you. That's kind of one of these things here, guys.
Oh, now. And the only thing hot about him is that he is a hot mess, honey. So yes.
I don't know what her intent was with that, but I find that to be a disgrace.
No, she's trying to demean the governor in order to score cheap political points. She's an attention whore. And it's annoying. So when you are void of ideas, you ramp up the rhetoric. I mean, how incredible would she be if she actually laid out an economic plan for the people in Texas, for her specific constituents, and for families across the country? She would be applauded. She would be celebrated, but instead, she's kind of at the bottom of the barrel. I don't like it when people in either party do it. She thinks she's doing it for cheap points, but it's not grounded in political philosophy, and I don't have a ton of respect for her.
It's interesting you bring up the ideology.
There's some contradictions here, guys.
Ideology, political philosophy, and legislative ideas. She even admits she doesn't have those. Listen.
Let's hear it. Where's it at?
Okay, we don't have it, Carly, but I have it in front of me.
Yeah.
All right,
so she says this. She says on a Lone Star Politics interview, I should probably be a better politician and tell you, yes, we've got all this amazing legislation, and I can absolutely imagine Donald Trump signing it into law. Not gonna lie, I think right now it's about preserving our basics and getting back to some norms. She goes on.
What norms?
No ideas, but she wants to preserve
She says right now I could...
Yeah, so basically the same thing that Kamala Harris is basically pushing, hopes and dreams, versus someone who gets into the White House within the first couple of months and just shakes everything up. Bro, that tree that we call the United States of America, bro, someone is shaking it. Okay, and that's not a bad thing, guys. It's not a bad thing. Kamala Harris is basically pushing the same old, same old. We saw that interview with The View, and we knew that she had nothing to basically offer. And Jasmine Crockett basically is saying the same exact thing, guys.
I tell you that unfortunately I'm not working towards very much.
Yeah,
that's the next line that she says.
Yeah, I think we noticed.
And I also want to point out that according to the sign behind her, she was at a human rights campaign event, and she's openly making fun of a disabled person.
Yeah.
So just want to point that one out as well. I was recently watching a social media video on
moderately ableist, specifically coming from the left. That's a little wild.
How to get a toddler to stop screaming in public. And the advice was to speak really quietly to them because it kind of jars them, throws them off. Like, I thought you were going to scream too. So maybe I should, listen to what you're saying. And I bring that up because sometimes being the loudest in the room and screaming the most isn't the solution to your problem. That's what Jasmine Crockett is doing right now. Maybe the solution is doing something like what Chuck Schumer just did and made sure to not shut down the government. Or also the advice of James Carville, roll over and play dead, Democrat Party. Don't make all the headlines right now. Just watch and wait. And I think a majority of Democrats actually agree with me as well because according to a Gallup poll, nearly 70% of Democrats think the party should either be more moderate or stay the same. So Jasmine Crockett getting all the headlines, AOC and Bernie Sanders out there talking about the oligarchy. But overall, by and large, if you really want to inspire Democrats, maybe take a step back right now, learn and listen.
Yeah, Rosanna.
I was just going to say that she has said that she's not trying to incite violence by any of her comments, but they're childish. They're childish behavior.
She understands. Who is this person? She understands, okay? All right, I was waiting for someone that kind of understood, potentially between the worlds, let's say, and I think she understands more so than the other people that we just heard speaking about it.
And, she's organized TikTok dance.
Oh, yeah, I hear accent.
Dance parties in the halls of Congress. This is a woman who I think just wants to up her followers on TikTok,
it's all clout.
And
It's all
media.
clout.
And she thinks this is the way to, I guess, gain support in D.C. It worked for AOC,
Absolutely.
So maybe it'll work for her.
Maybe it will. We'll report back. I'll monitor that following on social media. All right.
I like
hey,
her.
everyone.
Oh, yeah, I like the last one. Yeah, she gets it. She gets it. Okay. Listen, a public official should not be speaking like this, okay? I don't think that that's a really conducive thing for the overall population of the United States of America. It's just not very conducive. They should not be speaking in this manner. At the same time, you have to understand, the majority of the country, okay? So when you specifically try to live within the realm of what you were specifically raised upon exclusively, specifically if you were raised in, a very moderately segregated type of area where everyone kind of looks just like you, then you need to understand that the world may not fully grasp, every single cultural aspect that may come from, kind of areas like that. All right. So when you do these things publicly, you're only giving them fuel to basically misunderstand everything you're saying. That's what this is. Okay. And she consistently says, ridiculousness, guys. It's ridiculous. The statements that we heard here, ridiculous. Now, the Hot Wheels comment, that is crazy, okay? And specifically coming from someone on the left where, that's ableist by all definitions, no? But obviously coming from, but I also understand exactly why, and why she said it. But this is it doesn't make any sense on the world stage, if that makes any sense. It will never make sense on the world stage. At all, bro. At all. It just won't. Imagine, you are someone and you have freckles on your face. Example, right? 100% you're called freckles. You better not have more than 3 on your face, bro. You're going to be called freckles, period. Let's say you have a gigantic nose. All right, they're gonna call you something regarding your nose. That's just what it is. All right, that's just how that happens. It is what it is, type of thing, guys. And no one really takes offense to these things in this very insular community that I'm referring to. No one takes offense to it. No one would take offense to it. It just kind of is. It just is what it is. It's just, and she is speaking like she's never been outside of that area. She doesn't understand that her words are going to be misconstrued consistently. Okay, and I cannot stand people who don't understand these type of things. You have to know when and where to do these type of things. It just doesn't make any sense, guys. But either way, listen. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. You guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly.